Shabba Khair in formal settings? Can it be used?
Hello everyone. Today, we are going to discuss a phrase from the Urdu language, Shabba Khair. Specifically, we'll dive into whether or not it's appropriate to use this phrase in formal settings, such as in business or academic contexts.
What does Shabba Khair mean?
Shabba Khair is a common Urdu phrase used in many South Asian countries. The phrase is typically used as a farewell and literally translates to good night. It's used to wish someone a peaceful and restful night. However, cultural nuances and language-specific etiquette are always something to consider when using phrases from languages different from our own.
Can Shabba Khair be used in formal settings?
When we think about formal settings like business meetings or academic seminars, the use of language often becomes much more structured and standardized. In these contexts, we tend to stick to the widely accepted and understood phrases or terminology to avoid any misinterpretations. Given this, the use of Shabba Khair can be somewhat tricky in these settings. While it's completely polite and respectful, its use in a business or academic context largely depends on the cultural understanding and acceptance of the individuals involved. If the setting is diverse and not everyone is familiar with the phrase, it might create confusion or be seen as too casual. In contrast, if the business or academic context involves individuals who are familiar with or belong to the culture where Urdu is spoken, using Shabba Khair might be seen as a warm, personal gesture. However, it would be more appropriate to use it in one-on-one conversations rather than in more formal, group settings.
What's the best practice?
Best practice would be to reserve Shabba Khair for less formal, more personal interactions. In formal settings, it's usually safer to stick with more universally understood phrases like good night. However, always consider the cultural diversity of the group and use your judgment accordingly. In any situation, it's important to remember that respect for each other's culture and linguistic diversity can create a more inclusive and welcoming environment. In conclusion, while Shabba Khair is a respectful phrase, its use in formal settings is subject to the cultural familiarity and acceptance of the individuals involved. It's always best to use language that will be universally understood in these contexts, but we also shouldn't forget the beauty of cultural diversity. Adapting to different linguistic backgrounds can foster respect and understanding. Thank you for joining us in this discussion, and remember, communication is not just about speaking, but also about understanding and respecting others.